happy New Year's Eve. Gonna give just a few more seconds to see who else might be jumping on this morning. If it's still morning, I don't even know what time it is. It's still morning. Hi. Oh yes, my niece Ella made this for me just before she left this morning. We were playing dress up. I forgot I had it in. All right. So I'm going to just do a random reading for the last day of 2020. See what comes out, what comes up, and if anybody has any questions that they want to ask to see what comes through, please certainly let me know. Understand I do have, it's probably about a 10-15 second delay from when you type your comment to me to when I actually see it. So bear with me on that. If I don't happen to see you speak up, just let me know, and I'll make sure that I get something through for you. Okay. So I wanted to start off the New Year's Eve collective reading. I'm going to go with the Moonology deck first. I'm going to do a reading for the collective as far as what we have learned throughout this year of 2020 and where we are heading with the new understanding, the new skills, the new lessons that we have learned. South Node. Our South Node is being hit right now. So this is bringing up patterns of the past. Things may be coming into your life, triggering you to act or say or do maybe something as you did in the past patterns, past behaviors, past thought patterns. It's kind of a test. And are we going to stay with the South Node the way things have been going and going? It's considered the karmic wheel. So what has been brought to me, my understanding from the guides, the communication that I get from non-physical is, sorry, I have a glare, that there are a lot of us who are either still continuing to go through the awakening process. I mean, we always are ascending. We're always learning and growing and gaining new perspectives. However, there is a mass awakening that is happening around the world this year especially, and it's continuing. It's a slow process because it can be a bit of a painful process and scary. It's also beautiful and mystical and magical. But with that said, what was brought to me to help me gain a better perspective on my life path, on life in general, is that if you believe in reincarnation, this is what has been brought to me, we incarnate multiple lifetimes over lifetimes over lifetimes. So when you die, it's your body dying, but your soul never dies. And what we incarnate into the next life to do is basically what we've been trying to do for thousands of years, is to get off of the karmic wheel, the wheel of fortune. And because we live in the material world where there are conditions and programming and things that really kind of stick, ancestral patterns and traditions, beliefs. They can all hold you on this karmic wheel. So the goal is really to get off of the karmic wheel, lessons learned, and to accelerate, to ascend, to understand more of our power, more of our strengths, and to also understand that there is light and dark. There is a form of control here on the material, in the material world, on Earth. But it's not really as many people or characters as we would think. The majority of people, humans, this day and age specifically, are under the assumption that there's so much more power and control because we give that the energy, the belief even. And so that is kind of our goal each time we incarnate, is to get off of the wheel. Sometimes we may get off the wheel a little bit, but we can get sucked back in. So within astrology and the planets, the cycles, we do have cycles within life cycles, many different cycles. And it's an ebb and flow, a pendulum swing. Gives us opportunities to awaken further and realize what is really happening, realizing our own true power, and then trusting and having that faith to actually go in that direction, North Node, because it can be scary, right? You're used to life being one way. When you go through the awakening process and ascension process, you start to realize that there's way more to life than what we've been shown or taught. And at the same time, we have our past, our what we have always known up until the time we awaken. That's kind of it's a comfort zone. Even though it's not comfortable, it's familiar. So we get pulled back into old past ways of being because it's more comfortable than having trust and faith that you can accelerate and prosper with your own strength, internal strength, your own power, energy, emotions. I've been talking about this all year long, well, for the past 2 years. So basically the ultimate goal here, especially with 2020, I've been told that everything has happened exactly according to how it should. And we owe it to ourselves, individually and collectively, to really take a good look at this year. Take a good look at not just this year, but with a different perspective, how things really are in life and what you may have experienced that you don't understand, or you're not 100% sure if you understand, but it feels so familiar. Also, the non-physical, the spiritual realm, you know, these are just words. Just understand that there are different dimensions, and this has been, science has actually proven this with quantum physics, quantum mechanics. And we're continuing to understand and physically prove more and more and more of the what's considered mystical or spiritual side of life, what is not the material. So that is what the last few channelings that I did, readings that I've done, are, you know, we're left to two choices. Do we go with the South Node, the way things have always been, the way we've always known, what is familiar, although it is not really working out that well anymore, is it? Or do we get a better understanding of ourselves and our actual power, our actual energy, physically and emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and have faith that we can utilize this as a true skill, a true gift, a true power. It's a scary leap of faith to take. Not too many people actually make it. But this year, 2020, is really opening up some eyes, taking the blinders off, thinning the veil for a lot of people. More and more. And that's exciting. I remember when that happened to me. I mean, it happened to me now in hindsight. It happened to me many times in my lifetime, and I did believe it, but I didn't fully trust it. So because all of my friends and people around me still seemed to be doing things the same old way. And that was familiar. That was what I was taught. That's what I knew. So that's what I continued to do up until I had a very rude awakening. I think that my guides got tired of me doing that and really kind of, woke me up real big time. Good morning. Happy New Year. I'm sorry, I didn't even see all of these. All right. Yes. Okay, Francesca. Once I finish the collective, I'll get right on to you and your questions. So, all right. All right. So let's start off. Our ultimate goal is, well, depending on, what your goal is, are you going to continue to live life as you have in the past? And, I know there are a lot of people out there that are looking forward to things getting back to normal. And as you're noticing, they're not. And nor do we really want them to, but we do want them to get better. So it is easier to now take that leap of faith, have that faith that there's a lot more to life than what we're actually shown or taught in the material world. But we know inside, and there's a lot more coming to the forefront for a lot of people that are actually allowing them to see that, sense it, feel it, hear it. All the different intuitive senses are really heightening. I'm trying to get this glare off of my phone. All the intuitive senses are heightening for a lot of people. Claircognizance, clairvoyance, telepathic communication has been really interesting. Things moving, unexplainable. I've had a lot of people come to me with that recently. Or hearing other voices or whispers. Yeah, a lot of this can happen in the middle of the night. You're woken up, and I think with this last moon also, that really triggered a lot more mystical things to come to light for a lot of people. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to do a collective reading. The answers you need are coming. And this is just going to be kind of random. See what comes up. I tend to channel really well when I'm playing with the cards. So, yeah, so this is also the fear of taking that leap of faith, is going into the unknown, the fear of the unknown. We want to know all the answers. We want to know our next steps. We want to know where we're going to be. Are we going to be safe? Are we going to be secure? Are we going to be alone? The answers you need are coming. Trust that. Oh, that's a bit much. But okay. All right. I get really thirsty when I have a lot of energy going through me right now. So like I said, if you find yourself kind of stuck in fear because you can't see what lies ahead, you don't have a good gauge on how tomorrow will be, how the future will be. Will you be safe? Will you be secure? Will you be struggling? Will you be going back to things in your past that may have been really difficult. This is another big challenge for a lot of people because, you know, that's past pain, past wounds that hold us back. I tried this before, it didn't work, it was really painful, or that's just an experience. If you keep telling yourself that story, you will constantly be stuck in that part of the wheel. We do, for the most part, create our destiny, our reality. It does take patience. It does take work. It is inner work that then projects outward. But then collectively, we also create this collective reality that we're all in. Wearing masks currently, very different this year than ever before as a collective. And I'm sure on the individual level too. But as far as staying stuck in the south node, which is considered the dragon's tail, the ancients considered the north and south node a dragon that kind of weaves in and out of our life. The south node is the dragon's tail, which right now, today, this evening especially, is really whipping around. It's kind of like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? How are you gonna feel? Or the head of the dragon, going towards a new way, is north node. The answers you need are coming. So if you're stuck in fear because you don't have clear answers to make a move, pause, definitely, but try not to get stuck in fear and know that the answers will be coming. Next card out, step out of your comfort zone, north node, where we're going, the head of the dragon. It does require sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone. I remember the first time I did readings, live readings online, and I was very uncomfortable. But once I started to get into the energy, I really trusted it. And look, it ended up becoming a really beautiful, fun, magical thing that I never thought that I would end up doing, but I love it. Step out of your comfort zone into the north node. Take the lessons, the knowledge, the skills, the things that you've gained from those painful, struggling moments in life in your past in the south node, and use that as your strength. Use that as your power to step forward and move forward into your north node, your future, where we should be heading. It does require that. Becoming vulnerable. Becoming very transparent as well. Next card out. And actually, this is funny because currently the moon is still in Cancer. However, a little later on today, it will be moving into Leo. And this is don't let your pride get in the way. Full moon in Leo. Oh, thank you. Just like I was saying, sometimes the ego really can become enticed into old patterns. Also, we all, and this is nothing to be ashamed of. This is part of the cycles of life. This is part of the south node that you know weaves in and out of our lives. The ego, we think the ego is keeping us safe. It wants to control. It wants control, and pride is a big part of it. But we do need to become more transparent, more vulnerable, stepping out of our comfort zone, and knowing that it's not as comfortable as we actually used to think it was. So this is just telling me that try not to let your ego hijack your path, your destination into the north node. Just let go and allow the energy to show you the answers that you need to know. Next card out, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Yes, because once you do release that control and that past thought process, the past ways of being, ways of thinking, ways of feeling about things, and have a fresh, clean slate going forward. You will see opportunities will come to you. All the things that you actually desire will come to you, not in the way that your mind and your ego expect them to. But they do. They start to unfold. And the more and more we release that control, the more and more prosperity is gained, the more everything that is desired is gained. This has been the last few years of my life. It has proven to me over and over and over again how this goes. Kind of been my own science experiment, my own spiritual experiment, I suppose. Next card out is luck is on your side. Again, this is releasing that control, stepping out of your comfort zone, not letting the ego and pride get in the way of this destination that we all really, our souls are crying out for right now. And on a collective level, we all know that the great change is needed, or this planet will not even sustain us anymore if we don't evolve. This is an evolutionary process for humanity. Bottom of the deck, have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. It does take faith. And faith in your dreams. What does your soul cry out for? For you and for the world. Have faith in that and change your story. Change the story that is being told in your mind about how terrible things are, how shitty things are, how mean people are, rude, or all of that, or how much you suck or you're not good enough. That all of those stories, we need to let them go. They have to go away. We'll never ascend to where we really need to be if we continue staying stuck in those stories. And the card after that, I was just guided to pull, is the energy is gaining momentum. And this is the frequencies, the new energy that is coming into this planet with the Schumann resonance actually tracking it. This is really accelerating what we perceive as time, what we perceive as timelines within life. And if you look at life in a way, or even time in a way, such as like filmmaking, if everything is just each individual frame, and try to remain as present as you can within each and every individual frame, have faith that you're going to be guided through that energy. You will see and perceive life in such a different manner than you have in the programmed and conditioned way of life that we've actually, literally, I call it programmed because our brains were programmed so that we could be controlled, so that we could be sheep with followers of what we don't even know. We all have this inner power, this inner strength to rise above that and move forward into a better way of living. It's just a matter of getting out of our own way. All right. Whew. I do offer private sessions, yes. You can either private message me on Facebook, or I'll also put a link to my website at the end of this video. You can also book them on my website. That would be great. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Francesca, writing. What do the cards say about writing for a new career change for you? All right, I'll pull a couple for you. See what comes out for that. This energy, this Cancer moon that we've been experiencing, has been a very nice, mellow energy for most people. It's the mother, it's the nurturing energy of Cancer. The Empress. It's all about home, family, and nurturing ourselves and each other. Okay, so just pull a couple cards for Francesca real quick. I am, okay. All right. So it's basically, yeah. So what's coming out for that question is, first off, the devil, which is telling me that you might still be trying to control things as you had in the past. And that has really slowed down the process for you. It's not that the energy is not in motion, it just becomes slower. When we try to make things happen in the way that we always thought that's what we did and how we do, but we don't have that true belief or manifestation energy within ourselves, it really slows the process down. And it actually can cause, like, you to worry about it not happening. So you take action again. It can be a repetitive cycle. But I'm getting, if you can just step out of your way a bit, it will, the Fool, bottom of the deck, the Fool and the Four of Wands, it will manifest for you. It will create, yeah, it's just a matter of, I think some more answers will be coming. And for a lot of us, wrapping up this year, it's really seeing some of the lessons that we were meant to learn, and there's perspectives that are shifting over and over and over again, probably into the beginning of next year. But keep at it. So the saying, keep at it. And just when you start to feel that you're worried or fearful, or you just don't get a good feeling, that's when you need to kind of pause, stop, and kind of step out of the way and re-evaluate that process for yourself. All right. Epiphanies. Lots of epiphanies coming through. And we are going into Epiphany Day. It's January 6th, which is interesting how the story came to me, unfolded in a very unique way. I was not familiar with La Befana, I believe. Who, the story goes, this is Italian in Italy. La Befana swept her home. Well, she liked to clean all the time, and just constantly was sweeping, and there were people marching through the street following the Star of Bethlehem, or the star, the Christmas star, and which is the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction that we just had. So she swept out her door. I'm probably not telling the story exactly right, but she swept, took her broom with her. She loved to sweep, and followed the crowd, followed the star. And as she got closer and closer to that energy, her broom picked up and she started to fly like Santa Claus. And she was so overcome with so much love and joy for this entire event that she would every year at that time fly around and deliver gifts to the children and sweep their room. That's how I was told the story. It might not be the right story, but it's cute. I think that was told in one of the elementary schools here. Adorable. So I'm still continuing to go on with the collective. I'm going to do Zodiac in just a minute. I just want to get I want to get some tarot on the collective. We have memories of love. Yes, a lot of heartache and loss. And this is another little conundrum I'm getting is to use the word between staying stuck in the South Node, staying stuck in the old way, and moving to the North Node. Probably one of the harder ones to get until you get. I mean, it takes a few tries sometimes. Yes, all right. Right. So, memories of love. During the awakening process and the ascension process also, and there are planets that also really energize these energies. We have heart awakenings. Our heart chakra becomes activated. And so we really start to fall in love with life, with people, with beauty in life, the sunsets and the clouds, and you get this sensation. It's a beautiful, magical sensation. Really feels amazing when the heart is open. It also then triggers memories of when we had felt this way before, because it's a very familiar, resonating sensation. It is not the same same sensation that we get. How do I word this? So a lot of people will say to somebody, "I love you," and yes, that is true. But it might be a conditional love, where this new energy and when the heart is open, that love is so unconditional and so powerful. It makes you kind of think back at when have you felt that sensation before? Because a lot of us have felt that sensation before, but then we're pulled out of it to learn more lessons and karmic lessons. And that's what I'm getting, that there are a lot of people who've had heart awakenings and catalyzed by another person, and it has brought this heart opening, heart chakra activation. It really gives you a strong connection and wakes you up to life, to more the mystical, the non-physical, and the beauty of life, which is, it's meant to do that. But then you are brought back down to the third dimensional way of living, and realizing that there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out within yourself and the other person. It's like magnetic and then repel. So a lot of people have been separated by whomever it was that catalyzed your heart awakening. And that's caused a lot of heartache and sense of loss, because we form attachment to that sensation. It felt so good. It felt so right. It felt so real. It felt just elevating. When you perceive that as being missing, it is extremely painful. Extremely painful, and it can actually slow down that process. But then we're brought to many different other parts of the journey that kind of start to help elevate us again, and we're having all 7 energy systems in our body, our chakras, activated over and over and over again. So we have to understand how energy affects us physically and mentally and emotionally. So reflecting back memories of that person or that catalyst that opened up that heart. And it does not have to be a lover. It could be the birth of a child. It could be anybody that comes into your life that's the catalyst to that heart awakening. That's how most of us wake up. And then positive movement forward. So ending up 2020, with the energies that we have now and what we'll be going into the future with, there is a lot of positive movement forward. There has been a lot of strength. Solar plexus on the bottom of the deck. I'm getting also creativity. The solar plexus is our internal power and how we create. You don't have to be like artistic creative, but how we create our life for ourselves. There's positive movement forward in that. So it's not necessarily positive movement forward into a relationship. It could be, but it's also positive movement forward into a much stronger connection with ourselves and with life in general. There's been a lot of disruption. This is the Tower card in the tarot. We've all experienced this loss of jobs, loss of home, loss of money, loss of loved ones. There's been a lot of death, although they're just physical body. They're not dead. We don't ever really die, just our bodies die. There's also been some discontentment, boredom, don't know what to do with yourself. I'm gonna just pull a couple tarot on this for the collective. I have a lot of decks out here right now. I wasn't sure what I was gonna be called to read. I'm gonna put those back in for a second. Some people are still stuck in the loss. Eight of Wands. This is fast-moving energy. This is fast-moving energy communicating. I'll show the cards in a minute. Hangman. About something that has an epiphany. Talking about our epiphanies. So a lot of people are having epiphanies, downloads, information about what makes us safe and secure, about what our values truly are, actually. Eight of Wands. This energy is very fast, as you can see. The wands are like arrows shooting. And it's in a direction, or it's all in one direction. So this is like really wanting to talk, communicate, and take action on an epiphany. Light bulb going off, aha moment about what in this life is really truly valuable to you. A lot of people have lost a lot of material possessions or are in the process of losing them. And realizing that that really didn't keep you very happy or safe or secure for very long anyway. And you know what? You can't take it with you when you die. What is it that you really truly value? Nature, earth, our real true resources. Our physical bodies will not be able to endure, with this energy especially, a whole lot more of the toxins that we are constantly fed within our food, the pesticides, and the seeds that are just messed with, all the chemicals, all of the everything that we consume, everything that we breathe, everything that we touch. We're not going to be able to continue to absorb much more. It is causing a lot of problems for a lot of people and animals. And we're being shown this can cause more and more disease. We need to really I think people are starting to really value our natural resources, understand that we're losing a lot of our natural resources. Strength. Yeah, it still takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to jump out of the old, familiar, easier way. And it's not that we are being lazy, it's that we had been so conditioned and programmed based off of fear, based off of worry for our health. I know a lot of people that are working to the bone and really not for the money, because the money goes towards childcare and all this other stuff. It's for the health insurance. And then the health insurance doesn't even really cover, it's a catch-22, because you get sicker and sicker the more stressed you are, the more you work, the more you worry. And then you also have to stay there because the insurance companies say so. The status quo says so. The society says so. This is in the United States specifically, but that's just one example. There's multiple examples on how we have been so stuck and so programmed in the control portion of life. We've been brainwashed, really. Look at how, in other countries, it's not, people worry, what if I get cancer? What if I get this? What if I get that? There are indigenous shamans living in the forest who are about 90 years old and completely healthy, living off of our natural resources. So we really want to start to reverse this osmosis. We want to reverse this destruction that we've brought onto this planet. And we've been shown that it is possible with the very beginning of COVID, when everything shut down, when China was able to see their skies, when Italy was able to see in the water and there were dolphins. And you think about it, like, it's been proven to us, it's been shown to us. It takes strength to really trust that and not the status quo, not the control energy. And there are many factors of control energy. What you should do, how you should be, how life is. Well, who would you like somebody else to tell you how life is and what you should do? Or are you capable? Are you strong enough to know yourself? Are you strong enough to have faith in your internal knowing? That is another intuitive sense that we have, this knowing. Yeah, 10 of Wands. It's been a struggle. These are just burdens. This is exhaustion, working way too hard, carrying way too much weight around with us all the time, not being able to even breathe, not being able to relax or rest fully. Inner peace. This is inner peace. We can't continue to go on like that. There is a better way. And it requires healing. It requires knowing that there are supportive energies within the star. This is balance, healing, harmony. And the earth requires that too. We're in a rest and recovery period. Getting ready to come out of it by mid-January. There's a lot more that will be revealed and unfolded. If you're conscious, if you're present and awake to observing things in a different perspective, you will get a lot of understanding. And this is a recovery period from life that we've lost so much time. Time keeps coming up for me. Our perception of time. We've lost out on what truly matters in life, how to enjoy the most important parts of life. Loving, spending time with loved ones, spending time with yourself, that nurturing feeling. And it's a very solemn, very kind of a sad feeling. Nurturing, Empress. And we're going into an age, we're moving into an age where we will be experiencing a lot more sensitivity and a lot more nurturing. I'm getting. This is a new beginning. You're going to notice that those that may not have been so sensitive and you're afraid to say what you really want to say because they're kind of lash back out at you, you'll notice that people are becoming more empathic and sensitive. And we really need this. So a lot of people fear their empathic skills and they fear being sensitive. They have to be strong and tough on the outside. That's ego. That actually is digging your hole deeper and deeper and deeper. You can't pretend. This is a true sensation, a true resonance, a true feeling. Let's do one more. All right. Six of Pentacles. And when we receive that, we instantly want to give that as well. This is balance, equal giving and receiving of this energy, of this empathic energy, of this sensitive energy, sensitive to others, sensitive to ourselves. And once we mirror that back and forth, we will have such a more nurturing world. Caring about us. We are sensitive, energetic beings. We are not, there may be a few statues out there who just, you can't chisel them down anymore, but for the most part, all of humanity, with the exception of a few. I just got 99% of humanity. We are energetic and sensitive beings. And we have to honor that. We have to honor that within ourselves, and we have to honor that within others. Respect that, and respect the sensitivity of Mother Nature as well. Wow. I'm going to go into the zodiac. It has to be a balance of give and take, absolutely. And if you find yourself in a situation, a relationship with another or with others where you find yourself being energetically drained, and you give too much, even if it's just patience, that might be a sign to you to kind of step back and reflect. Also, the first card out was communication. We do need to communicate to each other how we feel, how we're feeling, how something makes us feel. But it doesn't have to be in a way where it's going to cause conflict. The reason that happens is the ego takes over again. It's fear, because there has been a time in life when, most likely in childhood, where we said, you know, that doesn't make me feel so good, and we were bullied or teased or made fun of, and we build a stronger ego up, defensive, because that hurts. That's very painful, especially when you're a child. We carry that energetically with us, and it is psychologically still embedded in our subconscious. So a lot of adults do still interact with each other. I'm not going to bother. I don't want to, you know, wake the bear or any of that. Like, people are just, I don't want to. When we keep dancing around each other, walking on eggshells all the time, we're not going to get anywhere. If you're feeling hurt and you're not comfortable enough to actually express that in words or writing or something, then we need to walk away from that relationship, that situation, even if it's just temporary, until you are comfortable, feel comfortable, or feel it necessary to do so. This communication, this has been shown to me a lot over the last couple weeks. Communication between each other must improve. And it does require having, just being vulnerable sometimes. But you'll find that if you don't put that fear and you don't put that charge, that egoic charge behind it, and just say, you know what, that didn't make me feel so good. It doesn't have to be a yell or anything. See how it's received. It might actually get received completely differently than you expected it to. A lot of people have been experiencing this. And trust that, too. We don't want to go back to the South Node. All right, so that said, I'm going to get on with the zodiac. Start off with the fire signs. I'm going to read from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Fire signs. Comfortable here. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What message do we have for the fire signs? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Fire. Fire signs. Son of Pentacles. I'm going to keep going for a minute. Wow. A little too many. I don't know if I'm supposed to use these cards. Okay. I apologize. All of the cards just kind of were taken out of my hand. Fell on the floor. We have a little trickster here, I think. All right. Fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Father of Pentacles. So, fire signs, you have, you either have already a business or a goal in mind, something material that you either want to improve or you want to develop and start. And 10 of Cups. I mean, 10 of Cups is like your complete fulfillment and happiness and joy. This is radiating energy. It's looking good. Aries, Leo, and Sag. So whatever it is that you're trying to develop or create, or you have already, but you're looking to improve or change for today's living conditions and business condition, probably maybe something within technology or in writing. But you've got some worry. You've got that fear. And kind of sad. 5 of Pentacles. But Son of Swords, still determined. Still getting that vibrating energy, that Mother of Wands. Let's do 2 more. I'll hold the cards up in a minute. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So the Magician at the bottom of the deck, the way I read bottom of the deck tells me the overall energy, the basis of the message. So the basis of the message, fire signs, Magician at the bottom of the deck. This is self-empowerment. This is manifestation, alchemy, creating something with your energy, with your knowing, your belief, your thought process. Understanding that the energy has to build within you before anything outside of you is manifested, changes. So Son of Pentacles, you're very dedicated to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. and Father of Pentacles is you've been steadily working towards this. This could be entrepreneurial. This is what I'm getting with Father of Pentacles. And that's generating this beautiful radiating energy because it gives you a lot of fulfillment, this whatever it is, again, that you're trying to manifest. At the same time, if not seeing things appear or work out the way that you intended to right away, or if there are obstacles or challenges, it really does cause this Five of Pentacles, this worry, fear, sadness, like then you kind of dip back down and it's never going to happen kind of energy. But you're still very forceful. You're very determined. Son of Swords, you still are heading in the same direction because this is something you've got an extreme determination towards. Mother of Wands, and that generates again this really strong, powerful energy that wands are actions, things that move, and either actions we take or it's really acting energy. So that determination, that inner knowing, regardless of, it didn't work this way, I'm going to try it this way. The message is to really, Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, where I see this card here, is telling me to tell you, let go. It's like you're trying to swim upstream. Fire signs, still in fire signs. You're trying to swim upstream against the current, and it's slowing down the process. So let go and let the current take you. Let the energy show you. Things manifest and unfold in ways that you don't expect. They're really unexpected events and opportunities that, oh, hey, well, this is perfect because that's what I needed. And I mean, it could start off really small, but you can see the domino effect of that if you ride that energy. Fire signs. It requires Two of Pentacles. It requires this balance, this oscillation of the energy, the infinity symbol. It requires you to change the way you're doing things emotionally, energetically. Study alchemy. Learn about alchemy. I'm getting this. This is a self-empowering card, and you're on the way. You're on the way there. You're just about there. It's going to help you know when to take the inspired action that is required. Clear your energy, clear your thoughts, and observe, follow, pay attention to all the little signs and details that are brought to you. Fire signs. Whoa, okay. That was a good message. And my solar plexus. Feel that in my solar plexus. I don't know about any of you. I've been really experiencing, I can't stand this glare in my glasses. I've been really experiencing a lot more sensations. How do I put it? You can feel vibrations. I can see things. I can see energy now more than I ever could before. I can sense things, and I'm learning more and more about how to perceive them by the way they feel in my body, which is something I always wanted to teach others. And I'm just getting proof, I need it to be proven to me, I think, before I actually feel comfortable enough to teach somebody else that asks for that assistance. So I go on to the earth signs, and I am being guided to switch decks. I'm going to go with the Modern Witches Tarot. Oh, you too? Yeah, it's you know, they were milder, I think, the sensations. And within my chakras alone, I constantly getting hit with different sensations, but I'm learning and understanding like what that is telling me. It's just like animals. They have these senses and know what to do without physically seeing, you know, prey coming their way or a storm coming their way. They sense and feel the energy. We all have this ability, and mine is becoming very much more and more heightened each day, it seems. It's really cool. It takes some time to adapt and understand and process everything. It's not like an instant knowing. It is kind of an instant knowing, but an instant understanding how to put these newer things into perspective to be able to utilize them on a day-to-day basis. That does require some time to yourself to, or, you know, a lot more presence, practicing presence to get it. All right, earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. What's the message for the earth signs? Wrapping up 2020. King of Wands. I got the book Energy Healing. Oh yeah, that is a good book, isn't it? Energy Healing. Especially in the first few chapters, really goes into a lot of the science of things. And then I always love comparing the science of things to the metaphysical. It's fascinating. Earth signs, King of Wands. All right. King of Wands, Judgment. You're still going through a process. So you're starting to gain a little more confidence in yourself and self-awareness and confidence in your abilities. Okay. Ace of Cups. Six of Wands. Beautiful. But what I'm getting is that, all right. Yeah, all right. Earth signs. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. This is fear. This is fear of being left out, not being good enough, not having enough. This is lack mentality. This fear is the overall energy of the message. So in working through these fears, or this fear, it's a big fear. It's what's keeping you on that karmic wheel. Ace of Wands. You have confidence and good enough understanding of your abilities and your intuitive senses. You've got it. However, it's still very scattered. You're still picking up energy from others. And so you're doing too many, you're grasping for too many things all at once. Judgment out after that tells me that this is part of the awakening process. This is a wake-up call. So I don't know what you might be going through right now, but the awakening process, something is showing you or will be showing you where you need to kind of reel it back in and focus on Ace of Cups. Focus on what really, truly gives you true fulfillment. What gives you that sense? What do you love that gives you true fulfillment in life? Not what others expect of you. Interesting. Six of Wands after that. Not what others expect of you, but what your soul is telling you. Six of Wands. Your soul is telling you that you could have this victory in your life. I learned yesterday that wreaths are a sign of victory. So there was another story about how and why people hang wreaths on their door, especially during the holidays. And it has to do with victory. I don't remember the whole story, but this just came to me. You have this sense of victory within you. Five of Wands after that. However, you're still absorbing other people's opinions, and you're still playing that part of people pleasing others, and that's what's causing that scattered energy. And you go in and out of this energy. You probably go through the awakening process multiple times. Magician. And each time you are creating that reality for yourself. So the story in the mind gets skewed because you continue to like create and manifest events and people and situations in your life that aren't satisfying fully. You have some. It's that wheel. You're going around and around in the wheel. It requires a two-part process. It requires balance and also learning to adapt to a new way of life. It also requires a decision. Like I said, we have two choices, South Node or North Node. A decision must be made, or you're going to continue to just go round and round and round and round in that circle, earth signs. Yeah, that's pretty much the lesson for everybody now, but earth signs is, I can see how that, because the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you feel more comfortable, grounded, and rooted in life. You are the earth. So it's very easy to go back to old ways of thinking, old patterns, old beliefs, and not fully engage with the new abilities that you've learned that you have, the new parts of yourself that you're comfortable with now, you're confident with now. So understand that the story we tell ourselves and the emotions and thoughts and everything that we have will project out of us. It used to take a long time when the energies were really low and dense, but now that the energy frequencies are higher and higher and elevating, these stories, these feelings and stories that we tell ourselves, because we think we know what's going on, if they don't feel good, they are manifesting faster and faster and faster. So maybe catch on to that. I think that's how I ended up learning. You learn the hard way sometimes, unfortunately. But it's the best lessons learned are the hardest lessons. All right, on to air signs. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. Ooh. Nine of Wands. Air signs. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Yeah, got your guard up. I get that. You've probably been tested a few too many times and have had enough. So boundaries are good. Boundaries are good to have. Let's see where this is going. Air signs, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yeah, it's you don't want to be taken advantage of, I'm hearing. Or scammed or something. Justice afterwards flew out. Yeah, you got your guard up because you want things to be balanced. You want justice. Something's happened. Air signs. And it's different for each of you. But you've been taken advantage of, or it appears you're being taken advantage of in some way, shape, or form. Nine of Swords. Yep. Causing anxiety. Ugh. Just experienced this the other day with my son. With our house. Yeah, because I mean, the way things are presented, it seems like, and that's another thing about going into the past. This is another way we are tested. Do you understand? Do you understand how manifestation in life works? So we have these challenges. We've had them all year, but we have these challenges coming up at the end of this year that are pretty heavy. And they hit in a certain area that you've experienced hardship in the past. So we're going to past experiences, past emotions when this happens in a different way, but it's the same sensation. If that makes sense. So this is past pain, past wound, past challenges coming back up. Are you going to believe it, or are you going to have trust? Trust is important. We all need to trust each other. This is why insurance companies are like ruling the world right now, because nobody trusts anybody. And we got to break that cycle. Oh my gosh, Wheel of Fortune. We got to break that cycle, or we're going to be stuck on that karmic wheel forever. Whoa, air signs. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is a different energy came in to tell you this. This is so important. Yep, and my son's a Gemini. This explains a lot. Yes. Yeah, and there's a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, because it's something you've experienced in your past, and probably also somebody in your family, your parents, and they're like, you know, on and on and on and on and on. And then we all start talking about like how, you know, contractors can just take advantage of you and not communicate and all that. So you just start thinking that all contractors are the same when they're not. But if you tell yourself that story, then they might be. So stop telling yourself that story. Knight of Cups. Start telling, this is offering emotions. Start to give yourself a better feeling story. I'm getting bottom of the deck, Empress, nurturing. This is being kind to self, being kind to others, giving people the benefit of the doubt without that fear and worry, because you'll manifest it anyway, thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a nice guy. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I believe still this is probably going to take advantage of me. You're going to manifest that. Just trust. We have to start trusting each other. I'm getting. Okay, air signs. Trust. We do have to start trusting you. And it's these stories that we tell ourselves from past experiences. And those past experiences, we have a story, right? We probably don't have the true story, though. We don't. We make a lot of assumptions on why something. People are selfish, people are greedy, they want to take your money, they don't care about you. These are all assumptions. And a lot of people are being shown now that when we assume something about somebody else, we're being shown that we've assumed something about somebody else, and really regretting the way we felt about a situation or a person when we're shown the truth that we actually made that assumption. We created that within ourselves. That's a big thing that's coming around for a lot of us. Doesn't matter what sign you are. All right, water signs, last but not least. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. 3 of Pentacles. Collaboration and working with your higher self, working with the energies. I always see 3 of Pentacles. I'm going to try to adjust this in a better way. I always see 3 of Pentacles as working with the divine. Co-creating. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Understanding that we are not alone here. We do have support, non-physical. Co-creating. Yes, Justice and the Ace of Wands. I'll show the cards in a minute. Water signs. You're co-creating, which is creating balance, creating justice, creating a more harmonious experience in your life. And this is giving you the energy to take inspired action, not actions based off of the shoulds or shouldn'ts or fear. If I don't, this will happen kind of thing. Temperance. You've been patient. You've been really patient with this energy I'm getting, and balancing out, learning to keep your energy in balance, keeping your life in balance, physically, mentally, emotionally, mind, body, soul. 10 of Pentacles. This comes back to what we truly value here in this life. Valuable relationships that we value. Lifestyles that we value, people, pets, plants. Maybe write what you're grateful for. Ah, right, one more. 2 of Wands. And this is going in the direction of your future. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Pentacles, which is giving to others. Just be cautious. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Be cautious of overgiving, water signs, because we do tend to feed off of other people's energy, emotions, and we feel bad, and we then give away maybe too much of our energy at times. So find that balance. Start working and co-creating with the energies to bring that balance into your life, and that brings justice. To take inspired action. Have patience with yourself, with others, with your perception, your understanding. Get a good look at what you truly value, what our values are, real values in life, and then look towards your North Node, look towards your future. That is the end of that one. I'm going to just, assumption versus intuition. Yeah. That's not intuition. Assuming is just an old way, an old pattern. That's the ego and the mind being in control instead. So I'm going to wrap this up with a, what do I want to wrap it up with? A soul's journey lesson card. See what the last messages are for the end of 2020. All right. But it got really hot all of a sudden. Something strong's coming through. All right. We have honesty. Just going to pull one card now. I've been on for a while here. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Right. It all starts with ourselves. We create this. So I'll read it from the book. But also, this goes back to past. We've all been deceived. We've all been lied to. We've all had like bad things happen to us. But if we continue to carry that with us and tell the story that even that specific person is a liar or people aren't truthful, then we're going to continue to manifest that, create that in our reality. And we don't want to keep doing that. So honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Being truthful with others is a slippery business. You're expected to tell and expect to be told white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. I'm getting this message strongly too. No one can tell you definitively in what circumstances an untruth would be better, but honesty is usually the best policy. You and only you know in your heart when the right time is to be totally honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when you're addressing yourself. You must at all times present yourself authentically to those around you. Only by being yourself do you draw in the people and circumstances that you most need to learn from. So this is so true. And one other thing, there are times where we don't tell the full truth or we give a white lie. Last night was a good example, talking back and forth online with my mom about our old cat, my old cat Fred. And when we moved to Pennsylvania, into the middle of nowhere in the country on a dirt road, we had moved from like Maryland, Delaware. We had lived everywhere. And we had Fred, and then Fred got run over by a car. Not funny now, but Fred got run over. I found him dead in our lane, in the middle of nowhere. Now, our neighbor, who we all knew, had accidentally run him over at nighttime, didn't see him. He was a black cat. And Fred didn't know where he was. But my mom didn't tell me that she knew that. She didn't tell me who it was or what happened because there was a reason. I was probably about 14 or 15 years old, 14 years old. That was my cat I've had forever. And then I would be looking at our neighbor in a bad way or a sad way. So there are times where we tell white lies or we don't divulge all of the truth. And it is to spare other people's feelings. But we do want to get away from sparing other people's feelings, but we still feel hurt or pain. That if you're not feeling good about in yourself, we need to communicate these things to each other and be able to open up the lines of communication better so that we can respect each other's sensitivity and feelings. So that's how I'm going to wrap up this reading here. It's getting hot in here. Thank you all for joining me this morning or today. Now it's already, wow, we've been on here for a while. Happy New Year to everybody. Please enjoy yourself if you're, whatever you're doing. I don't know what people do during COVID New Year's Eve, but try to enjoy yourself and be safe and take good care of yourself, take good care of your body. Be aware of too much alcohol, and these energies can really do some funky things. So just be mindful of that. And Happy New Year to everybody. It looks like I'll be moving back into my house soon. So I have a lot of new things coming. My YouTube channel, I have been working to rebuild that and develop a couple other things. I had a few tests that came online yesterday. I didn't know I was actually going live. So I'm going to be able to stream these live readings also with my YouTube channel, and really building a lot more coming into January. So I've been intuitively guided to do that, and I'm excited to start doing that more and more with more platforms. So I will put a link below. I will put a link when I post this with my website. It is BeTheChange333.com. For anybody who wants to book a personal reading, or you can also directly message me through Facebook. I take payment through Venmo. We can chat about all of that. So, and I am working on designing and building something more user-friendly for everybody to just be able to get personal readings. So more to come, more announcements to come. Again, Happy New Year, everybody. Love you guys all. Be safe and take good care. Bye.